What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Littleroot Lessons, episode 59. Yep. So, as always, I'm your host, Carter Noble, joined by our fantastic co-host, Carl Wilkin. What's up, dude?
PC4 qualifiers happened over the weekend, and, well, it'd be last weekend, but I didn't get to play, unfortunately.
You played one?
I played one, and I won it very quickly, and then that's all I got to do.
Yeah, that's enough. I can say I played so I can get my rewards.
Yep. That's literally all I did for.
I went...
Earned my 50 battle points.
I think I went like 12 and 8, 13 and 8, something like that.
Yeah.
I went positive, which I can honestly say I didn't anticipate.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah, the team was really fun. Day 3 was really rough. I went like 1 and 3, and I said, "You know what? I'm done. We're good."
You had a message me and said, "I regret just playing the game." And it's like, what did you do?
Like, I played. That's the problem. Because like day 1 felt really good. Day 1 I went like it was like 7 and 5 or something. I didn't play a lot, but I think I went like 7 and 5. I'm like, that's fine. And then day 2 I went like 5 and 1. I'm just like, all right, cool. My record actually looks decent. My my record looks good. My standing looks good. I'm all about this. So going into day 3, I get home from work. I'm like, you know what? I like this team. We feel good about ourselves. And then I regretted playing.
Yeah. I see something to do with my hands.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, I'm doing the same.
I've had a lot of caffeine today, and allergy medication, and Excedrin migraine.
You sound better than you did earlier in the week.
Yeah, it's like, for those that watched the deep dive on Wednesday.
Yeah, I
sounded terrible.
Yeah, I called you that night when I got home, and as soon as you said hi, I'm just like, oh, you're bad.
Oh, it was real bad. It took every ounce of energy I had to get that video out, and I haven't recorded, as of this recording, I hadn't recorded anything else since. I still have a Snap video to record. I still have...
Oh, I thought you were, way ahead on those.
I was, and now we're not. Now we're not. I was going to do it Tuesday, and I got sick, and I just couldn't do it. So,
let's see. Snap comes out the 30th?
Yes, I need to pick my copy up still.
Like 2-ish weeks from today?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I will be playing it casually. I picked up Doom because they had all the Doom games on sale. It's I have wanted this since it was announced back in 2018 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they announced the release date that it was going to be same day as Animal Crossing. I'm like, all right, sure. And then of course it got delayed on Switch and came out back in December.
Yep.
Really silently out of nowhere, I feel like.
Yeah, after they announced that it was delayed, it's just like, we're just going to slide this in here. Here you go.
I know, because when I saw it was on sale, I'm like, I didn't even know that was out. So then I'm sitting there and just like, why don't you just get it? I'm like, because I don't know. What if I don't like it? And just I'm finally like, you know what? I'm going to. This is fine. So I played it for what I thought was an hour, and I look over and it's been 6.
Yeah, Doom will do that to you for sure.
It's been fun.
Pac-Man 99 still absorbs all my attention.
Dude, I haven't had any luck since day 1. People have figured out how to play it, so now I suck again.
I've had multiple top 3 finishes. I haven't had a win yet, but I've had multiple in the top 3. I think I'm at 10 or 11 top 3 games now.
I've had 5, and I think 4 of those were day 1 with 2 wins. I'm just like, yeah, this is great. I've had, numerous top 10s and stuff, but I've had those since, but nothing close to a win since. But it's whatever. The game's really enjoyable, but it's not one that I'm just like, I'm gonna play this for 6 hours today or whatever. It's just all right, we'll play 3 games. Cool, that's enough to scratch the bug.
Okay, so we've rambled on enough here. Obviously PC4 was good for you, was a wash for me.
It was definitely enjoyable. I will admit that. So.
I know a lot of the server did really well this time around, and I don't know if it was because of just being practice on the format, or what it was, but a lot of people did really, really well. Let me see if I can find that graphic here, and we'll put it up on screen.
It's on the pin post.
Is it?
Yep.
That one?
Yeah, that's the... I don't know if that's the actual, like, graphic, but that's the... Has everyone's teams and stuff on here, too. Poor Carl, too busy.
Yep. I was very busy. Plus, I hurt my hand about the same exact day as it started.
Plus, Pac-Man came out, so it's just like, man.
Yeah. Had a lot of other things to do with my time. There was a nice graphic, and I can't find it now.
Dude, you're on your own on this one. I haven't seen a graphic. But I know Gil had a super fantastic run.
Yeah, his run was real good early, which made me even more upset that I couldn't play, because I was playing pretty much the exact same 6.
Yeah, super minor differences, if I remember correctly, talking about it last week with you. But, I think the team was really well positioned for him, and I know he stopped by on Friday when I streamed and we were talking about Mudsdale.
There we go.
And now I've been talking to LTPC and getting like Series 9 Mudsdale stuff started because I think it's going to be really good again. But there are potential problems for Mudsdale in the format. Which we kind of are going to cover today. Not specifically, this is why Mudsdale is bad, but... There are definitely Mons that are going to be returning that are going to give it a hard time. So, you want to pop this up? Are we going to just talk through it? What are we doing here, man?
I have it popped up for us, and it'll be added in post.
That'll work. Good enough for me.
Looking through just people what they did and how they did. First one on our list here is Adam San Tacos. Theirs is like the Cinderella run. They went 0-3 and then just went on a 13-win tear.
Yep, over the course of 2 days. Adam is a phenomenal player.
Yep.
Not surprised to see him do well here. Adam VGC, also fantastic run. I know 12-3 on day 1 was phenomenal. 7-3 day 3 also real good. It did not drop below 1600 after we got there. So
yeah,
almost 1700. Easy cut.
Yeah. Penguin had a rough start.
But he's Oceania, so he qualifies.
Yeah, that's the thing with Oceania. You just show up and you qualify, and it's fine.
He messaged me after my day 2 run. He's like, "How is Mudsdale doing better than me?" I'm just like, "Look, man, just think. If I was in your region, I would qualify."
Bauer Dad had an okay run the first couple of days, and then went on a good 10-6 tear to end up at upper 1500s, just under 1600. Probably not good enough to qualify.
It would be very low.
We're getting up to date.
Evan is in here as we're working.
I was gonna say,
this.
as we're looking at this and working on it, Evan's in here updating it for us. We talked about your run. Ended up, it looks like here if we add in your 1 and 3 for day 3,
we're 12 and
8.
Yeah,
No, 12 and 9. 12 and 9.
Yes.
That's 6
correct.
plus 3. 12 and 9.
It was 15-25 or 28, something like that. For those who are interested in ranks and everything, I don't know if this is everyone else's experience, but I played against 5 teams with no restricted. I don't know if that's everyone else's luck, but it was really weird that multiple times I'm just what is going on here? And then, I would bring out Calyrex and there was multiple games. There was a game against one of the teams that they had Mewtwo. It was a Mewtwo team. And I led just Togekiss and Calyrex, and I won on turn 2. Just literally Astro Barrage, Dazzling Gleam, okay, double KO, Astro Barrage, okay, this game's over.
Going down the row here some more. Chris ended up at 1653. Pretty good run. That might be enough to get him in.
Upper 1650 is pretty locked in. Anything the amount of players that played this time was much lower, but this is also, I believe,
Japan's
World
World Qualifier.
Yeah. So, there was a lot more Japanese players. Like, overall, it definitely felt that way because the number of Japanese players I played against, at least, vastly more than last time. But
So the one game I played was against the Japanese players,
So, as a result, like, the qualifiers for... I believe there was, like, 31,000 players registered, if I remember correctly, reading off of home.
34,000 and something number.
Okay, so, 34. Compared to, I think, 41 for PC3.
Yeah, it was about 7,000 or 8,000 different.
Like, so, and then you add in the influx of Japanese players, is going to make it where the number you need to actually qualify is going to be
a lot
lower. So, as a result, like, 1650 was, like, the cutoff last time. That's usually, like, the cutoff that people aim for. I believe people reached in at, like, 1630s last time. So, I feel confident saying, like, 1600s is probably good enough.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I'm just some guy on the internet who likes to talk and think he has an opinion on things.
Yeah.
So, if you don't get an email saying you qualified, sorry about your luck. I can't help you.
Which we won't get emails on that probably till May sometime.
Easily May.
May or June. Yeah. Like early June probably would be the one I'd be expecting an email.
Basically, anyone in the 1600 range, I think, has a shot of qualifying.
Yep. Going through finding other 1600s here. Dan Chunks in Europe was at 1616.
It's also EU, so I think that should be good enough for EU.
Yeah.
Like that 1600 range is for like NA players because that's who I follow on Twitter mostly is like all the NA players that I either know or like just whatever. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't tell you what EU is looking for. I'm hoping that 1600 is good enough, and I'm sure it is, but Gil, absolute amazing run, 1683, 17-3, just like absolutely killed it, man.
I believe he's the highest scorer in our server.
I believe so. I would be very surprised if that's not the case.
Yeah. I believe him and Adam, VGC, and then Adam Sands are like the top 3 scorers in the server. And Chris is like right behind them. They're all about 10 points. They're exactly 10 points apart from each other. Yep. So Gil is 10 points ahead of Adam VGC. VGC is 10 points ahead of Adam's Tacos. And then Sand Tacos is 10 points ahead of Chris. And it kind of just falls down the ladder there. In Space, one of the top cuts from our draft league, ended up at 1652 with a Reshiram team. It looks like, Bronzong.
Reshiram Bronzong, sick.
Looking through the rest of these, Lemmy Winks here at 1463. Not a great run. They started off with like decent, like they had like
day 3 fell off hard.
Yeah,
I mean that's what happened to me too. It's just like I got to the point where I'm like, you know what, I'm done. I've had fun. I'm going out on a note that is higher than normal. That's okay for me. LTPZ 1520, not bad. I mean,
after going 0-3. End up being 5-4, getting up ahead of it. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
Mocha ended up at 1651 out of 27-14. That's a lot of games.
That is a lot of games played.
We skipped over Hana S 1556, 20-15. That's another lot of games.
I feel like Hana just got added. Am I wrong about that?
No, the one that just got added was Mocha.
Okay. Okay, cool.
No, Hannah was there. We just looked. We saw Gills, and she's like right below it. So,
oops. Sorry, Hannah.
Mocha was recently added. His was a 1651 run. That's what 41 games. Yeah, 41.
Yeah, 41. Played all. Yep, that's correct. A couple players down here played all 45, and just like, man, that's insane.
Poker played all 45 here. Ended up 15.
Played 23 on day 3. It's like, holy cow, that's a lot.
You have to start early for that.
Ted for Prez, 45 games on day 3.
Again, that's an all day event, man. Ended up 30-15.
Yeah,
1647. That's not too bad either. That's in that qualifier.
Should be good enough.
Vern went apparently unclear. We don't know how many games they played, but they ended up 1501, just a point above average. Above the
take it.
Yeah,
above average.
What else we got here? I see a 1661. That's the Chansey team.
Dude, I just all week people were like, please don't play this. He's like, nah.
Nah, we playing it. We in there. Yeah. I don't fault him. You play what you can to win. That's the whole point.
Especially, like, play what you know as well. And he's been playing that basically all of Series 8. Just like, I know this in and out. This is what I'm playing. And I don't fault him.
Yeah. Evan participated, played 4 games, ended up 1533.
Ooh.
Kaizen participated as well, and ended up playing 19 games, ended up at 1609. Unfortunately, neither of them can qualify for anything going on.
So it's just like, yeah, sure, we'll play, I guess.
They played just to play, probably.
Kaizen is also one who, like, he stepped away for a little bit, and then he came back and just has been smashing tournaments.
Yeah, left and right.
I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, but it's just like, all right, well, we top cut this one. We won this tournament. I'm just like, you've been gone for like a month. Where did this come from? So yeah, real
proud of our guys.
Real insane games. So shout outs to everyone who made it, and this podcast is basically for you.
Yeah, this is the podcast to listen to get you all ready for Series 9 here. So, Series 9, I kind of started this with the Nut Core on Wednesday, and the Gigas is on Friday. It was last Friday. I kind of just started, like, we're covering cores for Series 9 and getting people ready for that. I'm probably going to cover Tapu Fini later on. Cover Urshifu Dark specifically because it's a scary Pokemon. We covered Regieleki earlier.
I was getting ready to say, I'm like, Carl, why don't we do Ensign? And then I realized, hey, we literally
already did it.
It doesn't change. Ensign's still good.
Yeah. And you don't have to change anything. You don't have to worry about it. But like we'll probably cover most of these Pokemon. I'll cover them in depth a little bit better. But today's kind of just like a highlight. Things to expect, what you look for.
What you should start playing with and against.
The big one here is Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini was very popular in Series 7.
And, honestly, I don't understand. I don't understand why. Rillaboom's really good. I think the reason Rillaboom is good in this format is because Fini is good, and you just get to beat it up. But, not only that, but, you're good against Ensign. You line up well there. You're a special attacker, so you don't care. You line up well against Urshifu because you have access to fairy typing and can hit it super effectively. You hit Landorus super effectively. And, Glastrier can't hit you super effectively. Yeah. You hit Moltres super effectively. Grimmsnarl. Whimsicott doesn't do damage, so you don't have to worry about that. So, out of the top 10 monster here or whatever, you have positive matchups against all but,
Alecki and Rillaboom.
Literally 2 of them. But I feel like those 2 are going to be prominent enough to make it where Fini's not as popular as it once was, especially now that people have played a ton more with Alecki. I feel like people understand that this thing hits like a truck.
The problem is Alecki in Series 7, it still hit like a truck, but people were expecting to outspeed it with Priority Tailwind and Fake Out and things like that. Same thing with Rillaboom. You could underspeed Rillaboom with Tapu Fini because Rillabooms have to usually put in enough speed so they win Fake Out Wars, and then all you have to do is underspeed it, and then Rillaboom's grassy terrain's gone. And it's not priority pressing anymore.
That's what I hate about Rillaboom, is you want to be fast for Fake Out, but you want to also be slow.
Yeah.
But if you look at the mons here that are dominant when it comes to Fake Out, you have Ensign, Rillaboom, and occasionally Grimmsnarl. Again, out of the top 10 here, those are the ones. I believe Rillaboom is naturally faster than Ensign, right? It's base 60 versus base
80.
Is it 80? Okay.
I think it's 80.
And then Grimmsnarl,
85. Base 85.
Cool.
Which speed ties with Tapu Fini.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Which is why when I bred for Indeedee, I purposely went for min speed. Just cool. But yeah, Ensign's still really good. Urshifu, still really good. Alecki, still really good. Landorus, insane. I feel like we don't really need to touch on them because people have been playing against these for 6 months at this point.
Yeah, they didn't really leave the format. They kind of just stayed around with all of the Series 8 stuff going on because they were very powerful. But then there's Pokemon like Glastrier, which got an upgrade in Calyrex Ice. Upgrade.
By the end of Series 8, I would definitely say that. At the beginning, if you go back and watch like the Groudon team I played, Glastrier was really good there because it was a quote-unquote second restricted. Because when you Dynamax it, it just hits like a truck.
Yeah.
And now that Cali Ice is gone, this is your premier Trick Room sweeper again.
Yeah, it's going to come back up. It's super bulky. It's really good in Trick Room. Can actually be played outside of Trick Room too.
Yeah, honestly, like, this is your... Like, you have an extra spot. This is your anti-Trick Room Mon.
Yeah.
Slap it on. It's fine. You know, let's talk about Feeney. Let's just go in deep here against Feeney, because I feel like people haven't seen this Mon in 6 months and need to understand what we're doing again.
Bulky support stuff, usually. Muddy Water, Calm Mind.
I wouldn't really say... I wouldn't say support. Like, the things that Feeney is doing is you set Misty Terrain so your allied Pokemon can't be burnt. Is primarily, like, burnt and slept are, like, the two big statuses. Granted, you'll definitely see, like, a downtick in the number of Grimmsnarls playing Thunder Wave and instead moving back to Scary Face. Because, like...
Which I think Scary Face is the one you need to be
Yeah, for
anyway.
sure. For sure. But, like, I wouldn't really say it's support as much as it is, like, potential late-game sweeper. Just because, like...
It's cleanup more than...
Yeah, for sure.
It's a cleanup mod. I wouldn't call it a super sweeper because it's just, like... Like, you usually would just,
Sweeper feels like it implies that it comes in early and cleans up a game from, like... It starts the...
Snowball.
Yeah, it starts the snowball if your opponent can't catch back up. Whereas cleanup is literally what it describes as after your sweeper gets KO'd, you come in and clean up the game.
The rest of it, yeah.
So between Calm Mind, Muddy Water, and Moonblast, like, you hit a ton of things. You also have access to Scald, which I don't personally care for Scald on Feeney. Just because, like, it's counterintuitive because you can't get burns.
Oh, yeah, we get Taunt, too, don't we? That's nifty.
Taunt's fine. If you really wanted to be cheeky, you can play, like, Dazzling Gleam instead of Moonblast, so it's just like, okay, I don't care about redirection, we can just spam all these spread moves. But then the problem is you're spamming all these spread moves, and you're not being able to do as much damage as you would like otherwise with Moonblast. So yeah, sure, you're doubling up on your damage by hitting 2 Mons, but you're not really dealing more. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, other things that Feeney does, like, the comment set at the beginning of Series 7 was Wiki Berry, Calm Mind, Protect, Moonblast, Muddy Water. Like, and I mean, those 4 moves are still the best, in my opinion. You will see variants that have, like, Ice Beam specs. You'll see, like, Protect leftovers. Like, you'll just see bulky Feenies that can sit in front of you, take hits for days, eventually Calm Mind, like, get 1 to 2 Calm Minds up, and then you're done.
Something I expect to carry over from 8 is the use of Nature's Madness.
Honestly, yeah.
I expect that to carry over still. Tapu Fini with Nature's Madness was one of the popular Zygarde supports, and was just... Coco was another one, which is like a very popular Nature's Madness one because you slap on AV and it's like, oh, I get to deal half your health. Against Pokemon that you can't normally hit super effectively, that's really good.
That's the big thing, is like, against things like Glastrier, where you can't hit it super effectively, you're like, well, you can't really hit me super effectively either.
I'm gonna put you at half.
Yeah.
And then my partner Pokemon might be able to clean you up at that point.
And if not, we're going to definitely do a solid chunk to where you're threatened by both of us next turn.
Exactly.
You can technically Nature's Madness Moltres and hope that their HP value is...
I say hope that they're odd.
That might actually
This
be
is
a
your
reason.
PSA now. Spec your Moltres to have even HP.
That's what I was getting to. It's just like, I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Because
spec for even, not for odd.
Yeah, because then they just like, all right, cool, and you're at half. Oh, you're actually at half.
Bro, go.
Moltres is another one that like fell off the face of the earth for a while.
This is the one that was like, is Yveltal better? Is Moltres better? Who do you want to play?
And I think the big problem was having access to both of them cut Moltres' usage way down.
Well, yeah, that's usually how that works. Is if you have an option of the same typing, which Dark Flying is a very good typing.
Agreed.
It's like which one it just diverges the play patterns between them. It's like there's half the people that go off and play Yveltal, and then there's half the people that go off and play Moltres.
The thing about Yveltal that is different compared to Moltres is you could be like support oriented with things like Tailwind and Foul Play and like not really care about how much damage you're outputting. Whereas with Moltres, you just want to hit them. You just want to dish out as much damage as possible. Primarily, you're maxing Moltres. I personally love the idea of playing like Nasty Plot next to Indeedee, or really any form of redirection. And then just like, alright, cool. Now I'm maxing. Now I'm faster than you because I got an Airstream off. And now you're dead.
I'm interested in seeing if you can do things like Yveltal did before, like slapping an AB on it and playing Snarl, Fiery Wrath, Air Slash, and some other move.
What actual kind of coverage does Moltres get?
Not a lot outside
we get
of
Ancient Power.
But you don't really need... The thing about Yveltal was you don't want the coverage move, you just want all Dark Stabs.
Whereas Moltres, like... It might... Like, I know that's something that came up in Pokepod 1, was I played a Moltres Mirror, and they had Ancient Power.
Yeah.
So, and it was insane.
So, looking at special coverage, we get Shadow Ball and Rock Ancient Power. If we swapped physical, we get U-Turn, Sucker Punch. So you can do the Yveltal thing. You can play
Sucker Punch, Foul Play,
Flying Move, whatever other move you want to play. Do we get Snarl? We get Snarl, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do the Snarl, Fiery Wrath.
I actually really like the idea of, like, the big reason Moltres is as powerful as it is because you can just max darkness repetitively, and because it's max darkness, you're lowering their special defense so you can repetitively deal more damage. Which is something that, like, when I was playing with Kali Shadow was kind of a problem, is I primarily didn't feel like I wanted to max Kali Shadow because Max Phantasm doesn't accomplish anything with it. Whereas with Moltres, if you get a Nasty Plot off and then you just max Darkness, you're dealing more damage next turn. It's essentially another, like, not directly another Nasty Plot, but it adds up to where you're going to be able to dish out more damage. Then you trigger in, like, Berserk, so now Moltres is dishing out even more if they do actually target you down, which they need to because you are such a huge threat, and eventually it just snowballs out of control.
I'm trying to do the math to where we outspeed Dragapult at +1.
At +1, that's 213 divided by 3 by 2 multiplied by 2/3 is, see, that's 426 divided by 3 is 1. Let's see, 145.
45.
I believe that's correct. Let me grab the calculator. Make sure my mental math is actually correct here.
I'm just looking at, like, what an AV Galarian Moltres looks like here and trying to think about things to survive, what to worry about.
No, 145 is too high. 213.
It's in the 130s, I think. It's like 130.
142.
142?
I was close.
Well, the break point is 140.
142 ties.
So we want 143, so we want the break point. That's fine. And then a point here. A point here. Even HP. Boop. Done.
Weird. I don't know how I feel about this.
So you don't get the best out of Sucker Punch, but Sucker Punch lets you clean up afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
having that priority is really good.
We have Snarl just to be like a support Pokemon, and then we still have Fire Wrath and Air Slash to just deal out damage after we get our Berserk trigger.
My big concern with this set is being able to live hits, which I mean we are very bulky. 146 special defense with Assault Vest. I mean that's 219 special defense. That's really good. I'm assuming you're plugging this in over on our fancy calculator over on
Arcadex. Yeah, go check out Arcadex. Arcadex is great.
Yeah, shout outs to them. They're great.
I get to do stuff like this.
And then we can import, and then we can click the giant flame,
Click
and
the
suddenly
button.
we can see what we die to.
These are the only thing that open us.
Did you know that Zacian's really good? Did you know that Cali Ice is really good?
Wow.
Oh, let's see. 1, 2,
That's
3.
it?
There are 4 out of 9 mons here that can Oko us consistently that are restricted.
That are going to be in the forward. That's actually really good.
To be fair, one is Galarian Darmanitan. One is Rhyperior. Okay, so we have Rhyperior and Rhydon. Gigalith. And
Silvally.
What do we... Oh, Explosion. Okay, cool.
Okay, that makes sense. So if you Dynamax this set...
We actually have nothing that can Oko us?
Yeah, nothing Okos you.
Well, that's awkward. That's really awkward. Thundurus is guaranteed to hit, but like...
Thundurus 2 hits you, and then they put you at Berserk range.
Which makes... they're going to be faster than us, right?
They should be.
Yeah, they... No, actually, hold up. What? Yes,
they're faster.
Okay. I misread it. So that means...
And then we can just like... Oh, we actually... Neat.
I'm not surprised by that. I'm not surprised by Okoing Dark Urshifu. Hey, did you know you can one-shot Shedinja?
Oh, I'm super surprised by that. No one can Oko the invisible Pokemon.
Rillaboom we do a decent chunk too.
These are all against Dynamaxed.
Oh, okay.
These are all against Dynamax targets.
So remove that.
Say if we remove it, then
this is also a +1. Like,
yeah, like we're taking a hit. The goal is to take a hit from something.
Get our Berserk and then, which when I was working on Mudsdale, one of the things I tested was Moltres, but Citrus Berry, and Showdown's Bug, so that doesn't actually work like it should.
Yeah.
But man, like thinking about it, the number of games I lost because I didn't get that boost was super minimal already. So then you're adding in even more potential for KOs on top of that, and it's just like this gets out of control very quickly.
Yeah.
Especially like if you do get a nasty plot off, you snowball. The thing is like I feel like Ensign having access to Parting Shot is going to be huge again. Not saying it hasn't been, but like Parting Shot and Snarl on Ensign are going to be
they're going to be back again for sure. A lot of the players have started just stop playing Snarl and they're playing Darkest Lariat to deal with Calyrex Shadow.
And now that it's gone, you don't need it, so it's just like, all right, cool, time to bop people.
Yeah. Another thing that gets to come back because Calyrex Shadow is gone is Dragapult. Dragapult gets to come back and be a threat again. You can actually Dynamax it safely and not have to worry about getting blown up by Astral Barrage every turn.
Well, you say that, and then Sucker Punch from Urshifu just goes...
Yeah, but that's you see that coming, and that's one Pokemon, whereas it's like you can swap out and play around that, compared to, I have no counterplay against this Pokemon, I can't break my Dragapult, period. Because I'm not outspeeding it, I'm going to get blown up by it. The best I can do is be Focus Sash and clap back with a Phantom Force of some sort. So yeah, Dragapult gets to come back and be a menace again, which is cool.
I was doing math just to see what it would take, and you can actually like I was thinking about like Dragon Dance on Dragapult, like then you can just be extra bulky because you don't need all of the speed. And just be like a slower variant.
That was Series 5 was a lot of
fun. I was thinking like how much speed you would need to outspeed Eliki at that point. So 277, that's 184. So 185. So 185 times 1.5 is, you round down, so that would be speed tied. So you need 186.
Yeah.
What's your speed? How much EVs is that going to be then? You don't have that. You have Showdown open, don't you? Oh, you didn't. You closed it.
I can tell you real quick.
186 is the magic number.
If you want to go plus speed nature, it'd be 60 because it's 187. If you are not a plus speed nature, you need about 188. So you'd probably want to go the plus speed nature and just go to 187.
Yeah, that's fine. That puts you at 2. That extra point isn't. That's a break point, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the break point, and that's why you can't hit it.
Okay, so that break point means that like you're still going to be the same speed tier anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't hate that.
And then you can just boop or.
Yeah,
boop,
like extra
or
HP.
Boop, or boop, depending on what you need to do.
Yeah, extra bulk. I'd be interested in seeing what +1 Dragapult with 0 investment can actually deal with. Like, these are all things that, like, I'm interested in trying, but also, like, I think could be potentially good, but also things that people want to be prepared for.
There was a reason you go to 210 to start. There's a reason. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, just mess with these HP values.
Probably have that.
And then, yeah, that seems fine, sure.
Go to +1.
+1. That means we should, everything, we outspeed everything.
You get to Oko, Regieleki.
Not surprised by that. Is this Dynamaxed?
No Dynamax.
Okay, I mean, that's the ideal, is like, we want a Dynamax. So, what do we... Oh, we deal with a lot.
You deal with a ton. That's the thing, is like, you blow up a ton.
Man. Things that deal with us. Let's see. Restricted.
Darmanitan.
Again, this dang Darmanitan, man.
We'll get to Darmanitan here in a little bit because we have a cool team with Darmanitan.
Lolowak?
Poltergeist.
Yep, that'll chunk us.
Poltergeist, exactly. On the nose.
Rough. And then Restricted, and Regidraco.
That's a Pokemon that might come back as Regidraco.
I hope so. I think it's great. Was Dragon Energy an Oko?
Yeah.
Rough.
Oh, yeah.
We can't redirect that one, Carl.
Nope. That one gets you every time.
It Oko's Dynamaxed.
The idea here is to see what Okos you beforehand, and there's a lot.
Yeah, but how many of those are actual spread attacks? That's the big thing. Dragon Darts does a dang good chunk.
You can redirect Dragon Darts, though.
Does it No, it's smart AI. It'll hit one, and then the second one will hit you. I'm 99% sure.
Does a ton.
And then you also get... no, you're clear body.
No, you don't. You still
get a pull one. Yeah. And like another thing that's important about that is because you are clear body, you can't have your speed drop from Umbreon. I think is going to fall. Honestly, I think Umbreon is going to make a huge play into Series 9 because people have played with it in Series 8 and can finally realize it's good.
Yeah. The thing I think is going to stick around, you're going to see more foul play.
Yeah, for sure.
The format didn't change much when it went from Series 7 to Series 8. It stayed very physical heavy. I think foul play is going to stick around into Series 9.
I think foul play and strength sap are going to be important.
For sure.
Strength sap is a move I have not seen in forever. But I think the big problem is like the mons that it's on are not ideal. Like specifically like Jellicent, which fell off the face of the earth because it's not very good anymore. But that's besides the point.
All these are all Life Orb boosted moves too.
I mean, we could be Life Orb.
Like Life Orb is fine in this set probably.
Yeah, it's probably fine. I don't hate it.
Yep. Other Pokemon that might see an uptick.
Spectre.
Spectre. The same thing with last year. It's like,
who knew that when you take away when you take away the goat riding the horse is still good.
Yeah.
Torkoal, absolute huge uptick now that Groudon's gone. It's back
it'll be back
Sunsetter.
Yeah.
If you've ever played against Torkoal, you know how this works. Hit it on the special side because its physical defense is absolutely huge.
Yeah.
What is its actual special what if its defense? 140!
Versus 70.
Yeah, so real huge uptick. You're still gonna see Venusaur. I think Charizard's gonna fall off the face of the earth. It is not a mon that has been particularly good in other formats.
It wasn't good in 7 as much as it is in 8. In 8 it's really good because Wildfire is really good. There's less fire types running around, so the chip damage is more important.
But I think as a result you're gonna see a lot more Rotom Heat. You're also gonna see way more Ensign than what there already is, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's no real good fire restricted meant that like every team had something that Wildfire was going to be doing chip damage to.
Exactly.
Another one that we're probably going to see a huge uptick in again is Colossal, ignoring the fact that it's been good basically forever when people don't expect it.
It's to pull a magic to miss the dredge of Pokemon.
Yep.
When it's good when no one thinks about it, and then the minute people start planning around it, it just falls on the face of the earth again.
As soon as it wins a tournament, people realize, hey, we need to prep for this, and then it falls off the face of the earth for a month, and then people forget to start packing heat for it again, and then suddenly, guess what? Colossal wins another Players' Championship. I'm calling it now. It wins PC3.
The thing about Colossal is it's really good in open team sheet. That's like when we were talking about it, whatever podcast episode it was when I was playing with the Yveltal team. The team does really well in open team sheet. Like it is almost perfect in open team sheet, and it requires a ton of skill by your opponent to outplay you. And I think that's why it keeps winning all of these PC, like a lot of these Players Cups, is because they're open team sheet and things like that. Whereas like on ladder, you don't see it as much, and it's easier to beat because you don't know who's packing a ground type move. You don't know if it's packing water type move. You don't know if it's doing this or that. So that's why Colossus is a little bit weaker on ladder and very good in open team sheet, and usually wins these Players Cup events. Another Pokemon that kind of fell off and is going to probably come back because it's part of the Nut Core is Nihilego. This is also the bane of Charizard's existence.
Hey, guys, play ground coverage.
Sometimes that's not good enough.
Man, you say that, but like the two threats we've been talking about, and like the next one on the list, the next two on the list here as well, with Heatran and Stakataka, are all weak to ground. Play your ground type moves, people.
The problem is a lot of these times, like with the Nut Core, they have a ground immunity in like Thundurus or Landorus or something to switch into it and not have a problem with it. So it's scary to go. It's like I have to Quake this thing, but I can't Quake this thing because they have a Moltres in the back or they have a Landorus in the back. And
I really like the idea of Moltres Nihilego and just be like, all right, well, what are you going to do? Because I'm going to lower your special offense, or I'm going to give my Nihilego a speed boost, and then it's going to guarantee the KO. Also, this thing is Sash, so you can't kill it.
Yeah.
And now it's faster than you, so now I can darkness you and guarantee another KO, and you see why this snowballs, Carl.
Like I said, the Nut Core I covered it Wednesday, and it, like looking at it, it's like you think ground type is the best answer to the whole core is just like Urshifu doesn't like Urshifu takes neutral damage. Landorus is very good against just in general, but having that Thundurus, having that option to switch in the back, usually can just negate ground types altogether. Like we have Heatran down here. Heatran's probably going to come back and see more popularity again, being a very good typing of fire and steel. Just double resist to fairy, access gives you a lot of access to a lot of other coverage moves. Earth power being the most common one, I think, usually
for coverage.
Yeah,
it gets taunt.
Yeah,
What?
There's a lot of these that get taunt.
Why?
That was a TR, just the taunt goes everywhere.
Why?
It's the knockoff.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather it be taunt than knockoff.
Right?
I want my berries and my leftovers and my weakness policy. I mean, if you trigger it, that's fine. But I need that. Leave me alone.
And then Stack Attack, another one that's weak to ground, but is really good in the back. Like if you have a flying type in the back, because they can never safely ground type quake you into you.
And like that's the thing with like specifically Stack Attack. You take literally every physical hit that has ever been directed at you ever.
Yeah.
Your special defense is still really good.
Yeah.
And like you dish out a ton of damage if you actually get to deal damage. The downside is you have a base 13 speed.
That's what Trick Room's for.
Exactly. So, we've talked about how Glastrier is really good. Well, Glastrier is really good because it also lends up pretty okay against Stack Attacker because you have access to Max Quake and can hit it, or Steel Spike and raise your defense, and then you don't care about what Stack Attack is doing.
Yeah.
So like that was one of the things that like people were originally talking about when Stack Attack was reintroduced. It's like, man, now that you get Dynamax, this is like the best Trick Room sweeper, but it also sets itself up. I'm just like, yeah, that's fine, but like Hatterene also does the same thing. And Hatterene gets Smite. And Smite's busted.
G-Max Smite is busted. They should have given it a 50% chance to confuse, just like G-Max Snooze gives a 50% chance.
They did my boy Grimmsnarl dirty, okay? The fact that it's 50%, like even if it was guaranteed on one, it'd be way better than what it is.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that there's a 25% chance that it just doesn't do anything.
Besides just being a dark type attack, yeah.
Like, it's worse than Max Darkness, Carl.
I know. Fun fact, before I started covering the cores, Stack Attack was next on the list to get covered. Because I had covered Regieleki, the fastest Pokemon, and I was going to do the slowest Pokemon.
But it's not the slowest. Shuckle is. We need Shuckle, Carl.
No.
We need Shuckle
Not
and Munchlax.
Another Pokemon I expect to come back, Tyranitar. Tyranitar kind of fell off because there were really good weather setters outside of just like Politoed and Torkoal, which Tyranitar actually kind of lines up against Torkoal.
I mean, you underspeed Politoed, don't you?
Politoed
is 60.
Politoed's 60. We're 1 point.
Awkward. Real awkward.
But Politoed usually puts a couple points in speed just to make sure they don't get completely blown out by other Pokemon. Mm-hmm. So min speed Tyranitar is fine usually.
Like another mon that's I have a feeling is going to be super popular that I think we've already scrolled past, Metagross.
Oh yeah, we scrolled past Metagross a while ago.
Like I honestly think now that like your Solgaleos and your Necrozmas are gone, this is just as good as it's ever been.
Oh yeah, like this has the same problem as Moltres. It is just like, do you waste your restricted slot on X, or
when you could also play Y?
But the problem with that one is Solgaleo got much better moves, I feel like, with Sunsteel Strike and whatnot compared to Metagross. So it's like there's a little bit of a difference there.
Who knew that an attack that was also Mold Breaker was really good?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you're basically doing the same thing with both of them where, all right, we Dynamax. Oh, hey, look at this. I have Fast Bulldoze or Sucker Punch or Trigger Policy in X way. And then suddenly you just take over a game. I think that Metagross is primed to come back with a vengeance for the lack of presence that it's had in this last few months. And that's saying something because like Metagross has been good, but it's just been overshadowed from being able to be played because you have these other mons that are the same typing that are also restricted, and so people go, hey, I don't get to play with this very often. I want to play with it.
Yeah. Which currently...
I'm assuming we're trying to do the thing.
I'm working on some other stuff, so...
Let's see. What else we got here to talk about?
I expect Dusclops to come back now that Calyrex Shadow's gone too.
You mean the fact that it doesn't get one shot anymore, Carl?
Yeah. It's really good.
I was talking with someone on Discord about this the other day, and I can't for the life of me remember who it was, and I'm sorry, but they're like, well, yeah, Dustclops is going to be fine, but you still have to worry about Wicked Blow Urshifu. I'm like, you can live in Urshifu. You can live a hit from Urshifu.
Yeah, you can.
You can't live in Astral Barrage.
You can make it live a hit from Urshifu. You just can't hit. You can't survive Astral Barrage
at all. If you are 252 plus with max HP, you still die.
Yep.
Where at least with Urshifu, you can live one, and that's all you need to set Trick Room. Because now you outspeed it, you can get off your Will-O-Wisp or whatever way you're triggering policy and pick up the KO on Urshifu, and next thing you know, hey, look at this, you don't care about it anymore.
Oh, there we go.
What are we doing here, man?
I'm getting Team of the Week set up. Leave me alone.
Look, you're being real distracting. I'm over here trying to talk about Pokemon and...
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get everything set up for you in a minute. So, get over it.
That's fair. Let's see. Another mon that I would like to touch on. Celesteela.
That one, I don't feel like it didn't go anywhere. It's just...
You say that. I'm actually interested. I'm going to look this up because I have Pikalytics on my phone because it's awesome.
Yeah, I have the app on my phone too.
What is Celesteela's percentage there? 10? I mean, it dropped to 7. So, I mean, that's not a huge difference. But when you're talking about, like, a quote-unquote niche mon like this, I feel like it's pretty okay to say that 7 versus 10 is pretty significant.
Yeah.
But the thing about Celesteela, it is a pain in the ass to play against.
Oh, that reminds me, Ferrothorn. That's another one that gets to come back and be a pain in the butt.
I don't want to talk about Ferrothorn.
I know you don't.
I don't like that thing. Make it go away.
Nah, Ferrothorn gets to come back with a vengeance. Oh, Gigas. Oh, we forgot
you say
about
that, but
Gigas.
I feel like Gigas also hasn't gone anywhere.
I haven't seen it in a hot minute. Currently it's at 1%. On Arcadex.
Is it?
Yeah, you can't search. I couldn't search for it in daily because I was I was getting the PowerPoint ready. I couldn't find it in the daily meta report, and I had to go to the monthly, and it was at 1% play.
According to Pikalytics, it's at 2.
Oh,
so
compared to the 5% it was in Series 7, which is that's.
I mean, if we're talking about 7 to 10, 2 to 5 is just as significant.
Yeah,
1 to 5 is way more significant. But yeah, like. Gigas is really powerful. You slap a life orb on it and it punches things really, really, really hard.
And the cool part is it pairs with everything because it's just 2 Pokemon. It's a way to turn off slow start and Gigas.
The thing about it that I don't think a lot of people talk about, and one of the reasons I thought it was really underutilized in Series 8 is the amount of abilities that quote unquote don't get turned off. Like the fact that as one didn't get turned off.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
I don't get it, man.
It's like, nope, we're just not gonna let it get turned off. Why?
So the fact that like I don't think I ever saw a Cali Weezing Gigas team, and that really like blows my mind that this wasn't ever a thing.
Yeah.
And I was just too lazy to go hunt down all the Reggies to get Gigas myself.
I need to get back on that shiny hunt.
Well, now that Draft League's over, you don't need it anymore. But
no, I want it for Series 9.
Now I just want it.
Now I want it for Series 9 because I want to beat people up with it again.
But yeah, I mean, Gigas is really good. It hits like a truck. Why are people putting Flame Orb on it?
Good question. I don't know. Facade. I bet you dollars a piece it's Facade.
But you still take half damage. I mean, you still...
Facade ignores it, specifically.
What?
Yeah, Facade specifically ignores Burn.
Lame.
That's why you get to do it, because Facade ignores specifically the burn.
So you just
modifier.
like protect Facade spam?
I guess.
I feel like I would rather just run Silk Scarf.
Which is the second most item in current Series 8.
Neat.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's Life Orb, Silk Scarf, Assault Vest.
Yeah.
Lum.
Lum didn't even pop up.
Really?
Yep.
That actually surprises me.
Assault Vest wasn't even, like, noticeable. Because it's 88%, 8%.
everything else.
Assault vest and all the other stuff is right below it. Like a bunch of this nonsense.
Yeah, it's Life Orb, Lum, and then everything else, according to this. According to Pikalytics.
We don't care for that one.
Yeah, I don't care. Archidex is, in my opinion...
Archidex updates, like, a lot more often.
Especially compared to the app for Pikalytics. That's like my one complaint about it.
Oh, here's another one. Tapu Koko.
I can play Entei Koko again.
Koko, I expect Koko to come back with a vengeance because just having electric terrain and turning off all the Venucle shenanigans.
Hana was working on Entei Koko on, like, some team she was playing. I'm just like, your sets are wrong. You're not doing it right. She's like, oh, is this a core? I'm like, no, but I played it and it was great, damn it.
The cool thing here is now you can start playing, like, AV Koko with the Nature's Madness and the Volt Switch and, like, whatever. Electro
I really want Protect, man. I really, really want Protect on Koko. That being said, I think Nature's Madness is absolutely huge for Koko. That is not something I ever played with, and I am surprised it never crossed my mind.
Fast Nature's Madness is nuts. Because you just, whatever Koko, just Nature's Madness, you just focus with your Dynamax and just blow it up.
Do I still have those sets on my phone? I don't think I do.
Probably not. We could probably go back and find it on YouTube somewhere.
I'm not an idiot!
Yay! So yeah, AV Koko is a thing. AV Koko survives Max Quake from Venusaur. So you don't have to worry about going down to that.
What was I spec to outspeed at 181?
Was it base 100s? No, base 100s is 167. Base 120s?
110s, I think.
Something like that. It's either 110s or 120s. 110 would be 170 something, so it might be 120s.
It might be 111s.
That's super specific.
I know, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Can I find a 110 speed?
I'm pretty sure it was exactly Garchomp, which is 111.
How much speed is it?
I get to 188. I'm pulling it back up. 181.
181? Oh, come on now. So...
It's not 120s.
It's not 120s.
I'm pretty sure it's 111s.
Garchomp is only 102. So it wasn't Garchomp. That's not the one you have to worry about. Is there even a one? Where's the what's the 111s to worry about? Thundurus and Tornadus? They get to 179.
All right, I'm looking.
Was it 115s? It might be 115s.
What is 115?
Raikou. Specifically, that's like the big one I can think of at 115.
Man, I would need to have to go back and listen to myself talk. Past Carter is way smarter than present Carter.
115 gets to 183.
So that's not it. Is it like 112s?
Oh, you speed tie Cinderace. That's what it is. 188 speed tie Cinderace.
No, I'm 181.
Oh, you're 181? Then it's not 115s. Then it has to be 110s. It has to be just...
I think it's correct to go up to outspeed Cinderace. Because otherwise we just get blown up by it.
Because 110s are...
Dude, I don't... Past Carter is way smarter than me.
You say that, but I don't think that 181 was right.
That's what I have left. It has to be 111.
I think you were to survive something and then the rest went into speed.
I'm pretty sure it's something from...
Because it's not 111.
What does Thundurus get to?
179.
Is there a 112?
There's two. And none of them matter.
I don't know. I actually don't know then.
Because Tornadus and Thundurus are 179.
Maybe Past Carter's an idiot. I don't know.
I think Past Carter was just like, let's just put these guys put the rest of this into speed.
There was a very specific reason I went to 181. It shouldn't be, not maybe, I don't know.
If it's a breakpoint, that's why.
I'm looking.
Because you can't get to 180. You only get to 181.
It is not.
And I have no clue why you're 181. To outspeed the Pokemon that are 1 point faster than Thundurus and Tornadus. I don't fucking know.
I actually don't know, man.
You're just... I'm pretty sure that when you built that, and you said something, you have to go back. Someone go find the podcast.
Please
tell us.
Tell me why I did this.
Why did he do that? Because it makes no sense why he would do that.
I need to go. I don't know, man.
Unless there was something like weird to
Unless it was like some weird scarf thing. But like,
or what? Like something to outspeed after a -1. Did you play Electroweb on it?
Yeah.
There might be something you were trying to outspeed after -1.
That's 270. So 270 goes down to like 270 at -1 goes down to 180.
So everything. Everything except the Lecky.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's some weird reason that Carter did this, and we don't know what it is anymore. Anywho.
We sat here and rambled on for like 10 minutes about Coco and this one specific set that I don't remember because I don't take notes.
Goodness, Carter.
Look, man, I played this like 3 months ago. What do you want from me?
Anywho. Any other Pokemon you want to cover before we get to Team of the Week? Like, I have just like some other things to think about. It's like Regirock, Cresselia, Garchomp, Mamoswine, Raichu gets to come back.
Raichu's another one that I think specifically next to like Celesteela and potentially Gyarados too. Like Gyarados definitely fell off the face of the cliff, like the side of the earth when
just gone.
The Crown Tundra came out, but it'll make a minor resurgence.
Terrakion, beat up, gets to come back.
I think people are going to realize that Redirection's really good again.
I don't think Redirection's going to stick around.
I honestly, this feels weird to say, but the fact that Redirection was as popular as it was in Series 8 concerns me with how much spread attacks there were.
The reason it was as popular as it was is because you had restricteds to protect.
But at the same time, when you're facing down Kyogre, Groudon, the Cali forms, what other mons have like signature spread moves?
I think that's it.
Okay, well those 4 are really good. So.
I think Redirection became more popular because the restricteds are out there and you want to protect them from opposing Pokemon and hits. Whereas you're not all in on the beat up strategy. If you see a Redirection, you don't have to bring it.
Yeah, if they have beat up, then you max your Dragapult and blow them up instead.
Exactly. It's just like instead we get to you can't do that. You don't want to max your restricted a lot of the times. A lot of the times you want to leave it unmaxed so you can have a little more strategy behind your gameplay. So, anywho.
Is Indeedee going to be good again, please? I have my shiny and now I want to play it.
Indeedee is still good because Trick Room's still good.
That's fair.
Ready to move on to Team of the Week here?
Yeah, let's pop it up. So I am actually talking to... who shared this? I'm closing all my stuff so I can reopen Discord.
There we go.
This was sent in by...
Poppy?
Papa Swish. And this is not going to be completely accurate because after talking to you and brainstorming, I don't like Scarf. And I shared that with him. And he went and did calcs. He's like, yeah, I like Band way more. So who knew that Band Darmanitan hits like a truck?
Just okay. You get double Gorilla Tactics. Essentially, you're a +2 bonus now.
So let's talk through this. This is probably, maybe, potentially the last of the series.
This will likely be our last Series 8 team.
So it feels awesome to basically start. For me, I started with Groudon, now I'm ending with Groudon.
Finishing with Groudon, yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing how much of a difference that we actually have compared to what we were doing then versus what we're doing now.
Oh, there's a ton. Let me tell you, as someone who's been playing with this Drought, Citrus Berry, Swords Dance Groudon, it's a ton. There's a ton of differences now.
I know back then we were just like, max HP, max attack, assault vest, punch things.
Yeah, no, now you actually have to think.
I don't like this.
Yeah. But a lot of the times is you're going to be able to get them if you just lead Groudon Venusaur.
Yep.
Because they'll expect Sleep Powder and whatever, and you just Solar Beam them. This team doesn't run Sleep Powder, which is fine. Like, you don't have to run Sleep Powder on your Venusaurs. There's no, like, need to do it. I would recommend it if you're like trying to spike a tournament or something. Have Sleep Powder. Give yourself the option to be able to win a game there, but you don't have to play it. This Porygon 2 is also download and double attack, so you have Ice Beam and Tri Attack. Gotta go fishing for them statuses now.
I am ready to hit every time I'm gonna hit a plus attack.
Yep.
Every time. It doesn't matter, man. I have literally never seen P2 get a special attack boost in my life.
The one thing you don't want to do with this team is trace Porygon 2 and then trace Drizzle.
Yeah, true. Which, I mean, that in and of itself is just like, well, we lost. Cool, great, thanks. I turned off my weather and now Venusaur is slow and I don't have Groudon because it died.
So that was something I talked about with Gil. Is it's like, is Trace worth it? Like, how often do you get download boost and things like that? And I ended up sticking with download just because it's just, you download, if you get that +1, Ice Beam just hits like a truck.
So I have a new rental code. I don't know if you want to throw this up.
No, we're not sharing it. We're not sharing it here. We're sharing it on the video.
Yeah, so go watch me play this next week and fumble around and not die with Darmanitan.
There you go. So looking at this, the Tornadus here is kind of cute just because it's just like, it gets Heat Wave, incidentally.
Hey, so Hurricane's really good, and you get to play that in rain. Why not also get to do things in sun and Heat Wave?
Exactly.
Yeah. Prankster Taunt's really good. Prankster Tailwind's obviously insane.
Can't run Hurricane, go run Sun.
So instead we have Air Slash, and I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm going to miss Protect, but at the same time, like...
You're also Sash.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Just play around Fake Out.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is like, avoid Fake Out, and like that's going to be the problem with Darmanitan as well. It's like...
Yeah, avoid... Pokemon are really weak to Fake Out.
Yeah, this entire left side is just like, well, I don't want Fake Out, I don't want Fake Out. Hey, I actually die if I get faked out.
That's when you lead Groudon Venusaur and you just, like, show off.
It's like, oh, hey, nice Rillaboom. Please go away.
Be a shame if something happened to it.
It'd be a shame if that was here next turn.
This Venusaur's running Sludge Bomb, which it's okay. Like, you get to max Ooze, and that's cool. I personally like Weather Ball. Being able to max flare things in the sun is just really, really good.
My goal for this team is I want to max P2. I want it to be the correct call.
Man, you talk about that. The number one team out of the qualifiers
You saw it
PC4 was the offensive Porygon 2 with Hyper Beam and Analytic. Goodness.
I'm glad someone else saw it too.
I want to play that so bad. I thought about telling you to play that team instead, but we had this one, which I will pull from our community before I give you a random team.
For sure. For sure.
The Alekia has Thunder Wave, which is really cool.
Thunder Wave and Electro Web. So...
if like a Thunder Wave's not good, then just Electro Web.
And if Electro Web's not good and you need to make sure you're faster, bang.
Yep, bang.
Against things like Dragapult or Solgaleo, where dropping their speed isn't actually possible.
Clear Body.
Bop.
Yeah. Clear Body's annoying, man.
Yup. But it's alright because that means like we have Eliki Darmanitan leads, we have Tornadus Darmanitan leads, Venu, Groudon.
You can technically do Tornadus Porygon things, and you can bait they either have to hit the Tornadus or they have to hit the Porygon too. You can bait them into doing either Trick Room or Tailwind.
Like, alright, what's more of a priority for you? The real answer is neither of them get KO'd, and you set Tailwind and Trick Room. Like, great.
Like, it's like, that's the cool speed lead. It's like, okay, I get to do both of these things. Which one do you think I'm going to do?
What is the actual correct... The correct answer is never click both.
Yeah, never click both. But it's just like your opponent needs to figure out, has to play that mind game of oh, well, if he clicks Tailwind, do I lose this game? Or, oh, if he clicks Trick Room, what does he have in the back that can abuse the Trick Room? And things like that. I will give you words of advice. This Groudon, you have to get a Swords Dance off a lot of the time.
You do, okay.
If you get a Swords Dance off, buddy,
I am ready to miss every attack. Between Rock Slide and Precipice Blades, I am ready to miss every attack.
I will let you know your Groudon never missed a move.
Good. My Groudon is correct.
Your Groudon is great.
Everyone I've played against on Showdown is just like, oh, I missed Mudsdale. Oh, I missed Slowking. Oh.
I got to go to +3 against a Tornadus because I kept using Fly. And every time it used the first turn of Fly, Swords Dance. Protect. It did it again, Swords Dance. Protect. And then I got smart and used superpowers like, okay, Rock Slide. Get you.
You won't let me do it twice. You won't let me do it a third time.
Yeah. It was great. Groudon did a lot of work that game. It was a Sun Mirror, and it was just like, okay.
Was that against Gil?
No.
Okay.
No. That was the one PC4 game I got to play as a Sun Mirror.
Gotcha. It
was Thunderdon and Porygon and some other stuff. They didn't bring Porygon, which was weird. I really expected them to bring Porygon, and they didn't bring Porygon. But they had a Lecky. I got to blow that up.
It died,
They didn't bring their Venusaur. Because I guess they were afraid of Charizard. But I didn't even bring Zard. I brought Venu to beat up their Groudon.
Good enough.
Yep. Team was great, though.
I'm excited to play this.
This looks like a lot of fun.
This is like...
Sun-boosted Heat Waves, dude. Off of this tournament.
I am ready for Sun-boosted Flare Blitz.
Yeah, that's going to be good, too.
It's going to hit so hard. Like, that's the best thing is, like, they switch into Zacian, and you just Oko. Does Guerrilla Tactics lock you in if you max?
No.
Okay, so it's actually factually...
Banned. It's banned.
Okay.
It's actual banned. You don't get locked in anymore. You can switch and move around, whatever, but you don't get the bonus anymore.
Okay.
That's
what I assumed, but I wasn't sure.
That's why you don't see Darmanitan max very often, because then you don't get your ability. Or if they do max, they're Zen mode.
I know back in Series 1, forever ago, I was playing Garachu, and I was playing Choice Band Gyarados, and I'm just like, I have no idea how this mechanic works. Alright, cool, KO. Now I can max and KO you. It's like, now that I'm at +1, and with my Choice Band, I hit everything super hard.
Exactly.
And then I realized that the Choice Band falls off, and the damage output is still really good because it's a Gyarados at +1. But
Yeah, you're just a Gyarados at +1, not a Gyarados at +1 with a Choice Band.
Yep.
Which that was fun to figure out. It's just like, oh, okay, so you maxed it, but your Choice Band actually doesn't.
Yeah, I think I sent you a screenshot. I'm like, this doesn't seem right. And that's when we figured it out. Hey, Carter, you're an idiot.
Yeah, this team looks great. I'm super excited.
I'm very excited to play this. It looks very, very fun.
Okay. I think that's about it. Any other last minute announcements you want to talk about? Qualifier signups are live right now.
Yep. So make sure you go and fill out that. That is, I don't think we ever actually created a room. I don't think we created a
channel for it. No.
Yeah. So we'll get that done.
The channel for it will likely be closer to tournament time, where we can just start adding people, give them the tournament role and things like that.
Yep.
I wish there was a more easier way to do it, but it's just gonna have to be all manual probably. We could make a react role for it, I guess. Yeah,
but then you're gonna have people in there that aren't playing in the event.
Well, then we can just remove them manually. It's easier to remove one or two people over the course of the event rather than everyone.
I would rather just do it manually, to be 100% honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure if you're interested in playing those, make sure you go ahead and get signed up. Even if you don't have a team ready yet.
You could sign up and send us the team later. That's fine.
Yeah. We will need a team before we actually start the tournament, but that's 3 weeks away.
You can send it in during check-in. That's fine.
Yeah, good enough for me.
That might be what the check-in is. It's like, hey, send me your team.
Yep.
Make sure you're checked in.
Yep.
I will be TOing from work probably for that event, or at least helping out from work.
Saturdays suck for me, so I will not.
I'll be busy probably, but we'll have the mods will be there. Notably, it'll be after the draft for the multi-battle league is concluded, so Evan and all them can help again.
Yep.
I know their draft is taking 2 weeks,
and that's the worst part, man. Is it's each slot's an hour, and it's still over the course of 12 days or whatever.
They have to draft 10 mons, and so it's literally just a round day.
I am glad it's not me.
Yeah, we would not have had time to do that, or at least in playing it. I'm surprised you just didn't get added on as a coach role or something.
I debated it, and then I had the thought process of I'm already going to be helping Aaron and Angelo anyway with it, so it's just meh.
Yeah, might as well.
I don't need to play. I have them to live vicariously through me.
So yeah. It's a lot of fun stuff going on in the Discord. Another thing I wanted to unofficially announce is we got affiliated with the MPA thing that it's called the Pokemon Global League or whatever it is.
Yeah, let's pull that up and actually talk about it a little bit. If that is something people are going to be interested
Pokemon Gaming League. It's it was put in the announcements, not the announcements, in the self-plug a little while ago. I had a couple of people ask about it, and it's there if you want to join. We're going to be affiliated with it, but you can honestly play with whatever team, whoever you want. They're 10 to 16 person teams, so if you can get 9 of your closest friends to go and play, you can.
Oh, no, it's the way this works.
Are they drafting it?
It is a draft league where the players get drafted.
Okay.
So, if you are interested in doing that, that is down in our self-plug channel. Make sure you go and get signed up for that, because I know their sign-ups run until, I think, May 1st. Maybe a little bit after. I can't remember.
Let me pull up Willie's self-plug here, and I can find it real quick. That way we have correct information, and I don't want to misconstrue anything.
Schedule. Here we go. Sign-ups close 6/6.
June 6th.
Yeah, so there's still quite a bit of time.
Yeah, you got a little bit of time if you want to participate in that. It's going to be... Looks like they're looking at 9 weeks of 7v7 and all-star games, and then there's playoffs.
Yep. There's a whole schedule and everything on their Discord, which is down in our Discord. So
yeah, which we'll have an announcement out for it on the day this goes up. I'll probably put it up in the announcements just so people are aware of it, because it gets kind of hidden in the self-plugs, which is way down at the bottom of our server.
Yeah, that's fair.
What else? I think that's about it for everything.
Getting us out of here?
I think so. I think it's time to get out
I
of here.
got a grill to go cook. And by, grilling, I mean you're going to do all the work and I'm going to hang out. So, let's see. Twitter, at LR Lessons, myself, at Carter Noble. At Mr. Missouri 25. And Carl's at musical_33. And it's been a hot minute since I've done that one.
Yeah, since you messed it up, yeah.
To be fair, when I've done it for 3 years straight.
But you were good after you changed it.
I know, that's the worst part. And then, let's see. Twitter, Twitch, I am at Mr. Missouri 25. Carl's at Musical. If you want to drop us a follow, drop us a sub over there. Greatly appreciative. All that money from our sub revenue goes to buy fancy cardboard.
This is these were.
Well, that's what I spend mine on. So.
That's not what I spend mine on. But these are the movie promos.
Let's see. Make sure you come and join our Discord channel, dude. Our people are great.
Yeah, Discord's great.
Make sure you come and join that. That's down in the show notes as always. It's in our pinned message on Twitter. YouTube, make sure you come over and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications when new stuff goes live. Pound that like button on this video. And if you're not watching this video on YouTube, make sure you go and do all that stuff I just talked about.
Oh, and comment below what Carter's Cocoa is supposed to outspeed.
Yeah, please. Someone who actually pays attention to me rambling, tell me what I'm doing, because I don't pay attention to myself.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start keeping notes for Carter as well as myself. I can't do that.
Look, man. That's what I have internet for. That's what I have fans for. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube.
Discord.
That sounds like everything.
Anchor affiliation.
That's you. That's all you.
Make sure if you're interested in supporting us after our AdSense have been removed, thanks to Spotify buying out Anchor.
Thanks, multi-million-dollar companies doing business with each other.
You can donate as little as $1 per month, which ends up being 20 to 25 cents an episode, depending on the number of Mondays in a month. Or you can donate the $10 like Dash Joe Murphy does and help us out a lot. Link will be down below in the show notes or in the description for the YouTube video. I think that's actually all of it now.
That actually sounds like everything. Yeah. I'm out of here, everyone. Have a fantastic week. We'll be back next week. Have a good one. Peace.